Welcome to Images from the Past. If you like what you see, give us a like and subscribe to this channel. The life of a 10th-century peasant farmer in England was shaped by the rhythms of the land, the demands of the seasons, and the close-knit bonds of family and village. Though their world was small in geographic scope, it was rich in routine, tradition, and the quiet resilience required to survive in an age where nature, not human ambition, set the terms of life. A peasant farmer and his family lived at the heart of this world, their days defined by labor, faith, and the fragile security of the harvest. The peasant family's home was modest but functional. Built from timber, wattle, and daub with a thatched roof, it provided shelter from the elements. A central hearth served as the heart of the home, offering warmth and a place to cook. Smoke drifted through a hole in the roof or simply seeped through the thatch, leaving the interior dim and smoky. Furnishings were sparse. A table, stools, a few wooden chests, and simple bedding. Tools hung on the walls and herbs dried from the rafters. The home reflected the family's resourcefulness, with every object serving a practical purpose. A typical day began before sunrise. The farmer rose from a straw-stuffed mattress laid on a simple wooden frame or directly on the packed earth floor. His wife stirred the embers of last night's fire, coaxing them back to life to warm the single-room dwelling. Their children, often 2 or 3 in number, slept nearby, wrapped in woolen blankets. Privacy was a luxury unknown to most peasants. The family lived, slept, and worked within the same modest space. Breakfast was simple, usually coarse bread made from barley or rye, perhaps accompanied by a bit of cheese or pottage. Meat was rare, reserved for special occasions or the fortunate days when a rabbit or bird could be trapped. After eating, the farmer stepped outside into the cool morning air, ready to begin the day's work. His tasks varied with the season. In spring, he plowed the fields using a wooden plow pulled by oxen, turning the soil in preparation for sowing. Summer demanded long hours tending crops, repairing fences, and caring for livestock. Autumn was the most critical season of all, the harvest. Every able hand, wife, children, even elderly relatives joined in gathering grain, vegetables, and fruit. Winter brought a slower pace but no true rest. Tools needed mending, animals required feeding, and the family had to ration their stores carefully to survive until spring. The farmer's wife played an equally vital role in the family's survival. Her responsibilities were numerous and unending. She prepared meals, spun wool, wove cloth, tended the vegetable garden, and cared for the children. She also helped with farm labor when needed, feeding animals, gathering firewood, or assisting in the fields during busy seasons. Women were the keepers of the household economy. They brewed ale, churned butter, and preserved food for winter. Their knowledge of herbs and remedies made them the family's first line of defense against illness. Though her work was often overlooked in written records, the wife's labor was indispensable, forming the backbone of domestic life. Children in a peasant family were expected to contribute from a young age. Boys learned to tend animals, fetch water, and assist their father in the fields. Girls helped their mother with cooking, spinning, and caring for younger siblings. Childhood was brief. By the age of 7 or 8, children were already performing meaningful tasks. Despite the hard work, children found moments of play, simple games with sticks, stones, or handmade dolls. They learned through observation and imitation, absorbing the skills they would need to manage their own households one day. A peasant family did not live in isolation. Their lives were intertwined with the village community, a network of households bound together by necessity and custom. Villagers shared tools, exchanged labor, and supported one another during hardship. The village green served as a gathering place where people met to talk, trade, and hear news. The manor lord, though distant in status, was a constant presence in their lives. Peasants owed him labor, rent, and a portion of their harvest in exchange for the right to farm their land. This system, known as feudalism, shaped the social order. While it limited the peasants' freedom, it also provided a measure of stability in a world where protection and land were inseparable. Religion permeated every aspect of life. The local church was the spiritual and social center of the village. The farmer and his family attended services regularly, observing feast days, saints' days, and seasonal festivals. Faith offered comfort in the face of uncertainty. Crop failure, illness, and harsh winters were constant threats. Christian rituals blended with older folk traditions. People believed in spirits, omens, and the protective power of charms. The boundaries between the sacred and the superstitious were fluid, reflecting a worldview shaped by both faith and fear of the unknown. Life for a 10th-century peasant family was undeniably hard. Famine, disease, and harsh weather could devastate their livelihood. Medical knowledge was limited, and even minor injuries could become life-threatening. Yet despite these challenges, peasants displayed remarkable resilience. Their survival depended on cooperation, ingenuity, and an intimate understanding of the land. Ultimately, the life of a 10th-century peasant farmer and his family was defined by connection to the soil they tilled, the animals they tended, the seasons they followed, and the community they relied upon. Though their world was humble, it was rich in meaning. Their labor sustained not only their own household, but the entire social structure of their shared struggles and their quiet triumphs. We glimpse a way of life grounded in endurance, simplicity, and the enduring strength of family. Thank you for watching this episode of Images from the Past. If you found it interesting, give us a like and subscribe to see more episodes.